In Syria and Turkey, it is a race to find survivors this morning as the world sends aid as quickly as they can following a massive earthquake along the border.
Yeah, listen to this here. More than 8,000 people, 8,000 have been pulled from the rubble since yesterday. More than 25,000 people are reported hurt. And as more people find refuge in shelters, that number is expected to just soar. Also soaring, the number of those killed. It is over 5,000 at this point.
And this comes at an especially devastating time for the region, with hundreds of thousands already displaced from a civil war that is raging in Syria. Meantime, in Turkey, the nation's president has now declared a 3-month state of emergency.
And then back on the ground, you've got freezing weather and aftershocks all hampering rescue efforts. I mean, this is a lot here. So we're joined now with our Abby Akoni. Abby, you have been speaking with an expert this morning that's sort of putting this quake into perspective for us as well.
Yeah, it's really devastating, and we know that our region is also very vulnerable to earthquakes and other risks, these tectonic plates. We want to bring in Maximillian Dixon, who works with the Washington State Military's Emergency Management Division. Maximillian, thanks for being with us this morning. Really difficult to see the stories coming out of Turkey and Syria. What would a similar magnitude earthquake do for us here in Western Washington?
It's going to be devastating. We'll have downed bridges, we'll have damaged all the roadways, buildings will be damaged. You're going to have your power, your water, your sewer, internet's going to be all down. You're going to have people who will be isolated for long periods of time. And it's going to take days, weeks, possibly months to restore a lot of the basic services. It's going to take a long time for first responders to get to folks. It's going to be devastating.
Yeah, I appreciate you explaining that and visualizing that for us. You know, we also talked with Dr. Harold Tobin, director of the Pacific Northwest Seismic Network. He says our region is a bit better prepared than out into Turkey and Syria. Do you agree with that? What are the gaps and what progress needs to be done to make sure that our state is better prepared?
I do agree. We have better building codes here. We've invested a lot in getting prepared, but we have a long ways to go. So we have thousands of very dangerous buildings, unreinforced masonry buildings. A lot of those are schools around the state that need to be retrofitted. They need to be strengthened so that, you know, we save lives. We also have quite a bit of money that we need to put into investing in strengthening our bridges so that we're not isolated. We can move people and goods to where they need to be during these type of disasters. Also in strengthening our communication systems, our hospital systems. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done.
Yeah, and I know that you have been part of that work for years. Let's talk about practical things that people can do to make themselves better prepared. What should they keep in an emergency kit to get ready for this?
So we recommend people be at least 2 weeks ready. If you look at what's going on in Turkey and Syria, it's the middle of winter, so that could happen here. So we want to make sure that folks have enough food and water, so 1 gallon of water per person per day, so 14 days, and also enough supplies. Make sure you've got enough clothing to be able to last at least 2 weeks, because it's going to take a long time for first responders to get to you, for folks to get supplies. And don't forget about your pets. So making sure that you have those supplies on hand for at least 2 weeks.
Yeah, and you know what? We live in an active region where we're vulnerable to this type of natural disaster. We have different types of fault lines, and even if we have a slight risk for earthquakes over the course of our lifetimes, still really important to get prepared. Last question for you. Tell us about the Shake Alert system for people who don't know about that.
So the Shake Alert system, it detects earthquakes within microseconds to seconds, so that when the earth starts shaking, and if you're in the area of expected shaking, if you sign up for it, if you turn on your emergency alerts on your cell phone for your wireless emergency alerts, or if you have an Android device and your earthquake alerts are on, or if you download the MyShake app, then you could get seconds of warning before the shaking reaches you, so that you can drop, cover, and hold on and protect yourself. So that means drop to the ground, get away from something as quickly as possible that could fall on you, get under a sturdy table or desk, cover your head and neck, and ride out the shaking by holding onto the leg of a table that you're underneath. And so it's drop, cover, and hold on, protect yourself, so that you have seconds of warning to be able to do that to get to safety. And it could make the difference of saving your life.
Yeah, I really appreciate this. You know, we're really dedicated to giving ongoing coverage about the devastation, Turkey, Syria, along with some context for us locally on how people can prepare for these types of natural disasters. Maximillian, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
I'll send it back to you.
Abby, interesting. We appreciate that. You know, we just learned, actually, that Impact Northwest is going to send a team to Turkey in the coming days. That team is going to provide medical care to areas with the greatest need, and they expect to be there for several weeks.